What's going on, people? Thank you for joining me for another cider review. Actually, we're doing a cider for a change. It's cider monster o'clock. Don't sound right, does it? But it is. It's cider monster o'clock. And I'm going to be reviewing the Orchard Pig cider on the Perfect Draft. I think it's the only cider on the machine by memory. It's 4.5% ABV. It says that it's a medium sweet cider. I prefer more of a dry cider. That worries me slightly. But it's not really the cider's fault, is it? I mean, it says it's medium. If it's medium, it's doing what it says, so I can't sort of criticise it for that. But lack of options, Perfect Draft. Come on, you should at least maybe have one sweet cider, one medium sweet, and a dry cider. You know, there's something for everyone there, isn't there? It just seems like quite a safe one to put on there to sort of try and please everyone, I guess. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Medium will please most people. Perhaps that's the thinking. £37.90 a keg. Quite expensive for a 4.5% ABV cider. That's my thoughts anyway. But I did get it 20% off. So it works out £2.94 a pint at full price. So I got it for 20% less than that. You can do the maths if you like. Otherwise, just don't bother if you don't really care. Anyway, let's get her poured out, shall we, and see what she's all about. Let me know if you tried this one on Perfect Draft or perhaps out of a bottle. I believe it's made in Somerset. Yeah, and I tried a couple of pints of it last night on my live, but it wasn't down to 3 degrees, and it is now. So yeah, I haven't tried it at 3 degrees yet. The first pint I had last night was at 7 degrees and I really didn't like it. Kind of sickly it tasted to me. At 7, I think just before I went to bed, I think it went down to about 5 degrees. Bloody thing. And I did notice some improvements as it started cooling down. So now it's at 3. Hopefully, it can win me over, because I got to be honest, last night I was thinking, I made a mistake getting this. I do like ciders. As I say, I just like the dry ones. But medium, sometimes it can go one way or the other. Anyway, let's try it now. It's 3 degrees. By the way, for those of you who are perhaps diabetic or whatever, you're trying to cut down on sugar, lose a few pounds or whatever, this is probably not going to be one for you. It's 20.5 grams of sugar per 500 ml. And this is a pint, so it's even more than that. That's a lot of sugar for a medium cider than you think. Anyways, I don't know how much sugar you're allowed to have. That's got to be about 6 teaspoons of sugar per pint. For a medium cider, that's a lot. And you'd think a medium, maybe 2. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I think that's a lot of bloody sugar. 6 spoonfuls of sugar per pint. I mean, let's say you go on a session and you have 8 pints of it. That's a lot of bloody sugar right there. Anyway, let's have a look at the beverage. It's a yellowy sort of slight haze to it. Yellowy sort of colour. Slight kind of crafty looking haze, but then it's very cold. It looks a bit like dehydrated piss, to be honest with you. That's the sort of first thing that comes to mind for some reason. And me piss this morning when I woke up after me live, sort of thing. Obviously, it's a cider. We don't have a head. I'd say quite slow moving bubbles. It looks quite lightly carbonated. That's what it said in the description on the Perfect Draft website, so they're not lying. Let's check out the awareness of the beverage. Yeah, disappointing aroma for me. I know it's a cider, you expect it to smell like apples. It's an apple cider. It doesn't have much aroma. They're going on the description, it's saying it's got a big punchy apple aroma. It's not. It's actually one of the least aromas that I've ever had on a cider. For me, I'm getting like a slight honey-like sweetness from it. And that's overpowering the apples. I'm not really getting much apple when it's an apple cider. Maybe subtle, but it's not big like they claim it to be. It's more like if you was walking past an apple tree and there was a load of old apples smashed up on the floor that the animals have had to go out or something. Little bit of sort of leafy kind of note to it as well. Anyway, it's all in the taste, and who gives a crap what it smells like. It looks like a typical apple cider. Nice gentle levels of carbonation, which is how I like it. I don't like it too over carbonated. That's my thoughts on the ciders. Anyway, how do you like your ciders? Let me know in the comments. If you like cider, because of course it's predominantly a beer channel, let me know if you like cider. And what are your favourite ciders? Let me know in the comments down below. Is this one of them, or have you got some other sort of favourites? Anyway, let's chuck her down the neck. Cold. Yeah, it's sweet. It's cold. It's refreshing. It's gently sparkling. I think I was just expecting better. I think that's my issue with this. For me, it's just a bang average cider. I think I watched a few other reviews because I wasn't sure whether to buy this, but they're all very positive, which I think is why I wouldn't have made the move. But you know, everyone's got their own personal opinion, haven't they? Lots of people really like this, so don't let my opinion put you off, because in general, of the other people that reviewed this, they like it. For me, not so much. It's just a bang average cider. It doesn't have that kind of taste that some of the like expensive craft ones have, where you can tell they've used proper apple juice. For me, this is like an apple juice concentrate, not proper apples, which is part of my issue. And it's just too sweet for a medium cider for me. Too sweet. It's just overtaking the apples. Very sugary, very sugary. A slight kind of honeyed sweetness to it as well. I'd say it's not medium sweet, I'd say it's medium to higher. If you got a sweet tooth, no worries at all. But a word of warning, if like me, you're not overly keen on things too sweet, you might struggle with this. It's a nice and refreshing though on a hot day, it really is. But after about two, I'm like, give me something else. And that's kind of what I've done on my live last night, and then I went back to it later. It's not something I could slam 8 pints down of, shall we say, because just, if that's the sort of cider you want, this ain't it for me. Unless you've got a crazy sweet tooth and you want to get diabetes. But I don't know, it's the appley taste. It's kind of like a baked apple for me. The apples out of like an apple crumble, and they're quite sweet, aren't they? It claims that it's got a citrusy, in the description, a citrusy aftertaste. I mean, I haven't been searching for that. All I'm really getting is a lot of sweetness and a bit of apple. Quite cheap sort of apple juice concentrate sort of apple. Let's think about it. Is there a citrusy finish? Because that will give it something a bit unique. There might be, but it's not. It's not the sort of thing most people are going to notice, to be honest with you. It might be a slight, and it ain't a lot, like a little limey element to the finish. And there's a dryness on that finish as well. Not massively dry, but it's very much needed just to counteract some of that sweetness. Yeah, I mean, it's a 4.5 slammer, but it ain't slammable because it's sweet. So it's not a keg I personally would buy again. I just don't really rate it. It's better than your Strongbows of the world and stuff like that. I just think there's much better ciders. I'm not the cider monster, but I've tried quite a few ciders, not reviewed that many. And this just, it's nowhere near some of the other ones I've tried. Even stuff like the Thatcher stuff and that. The cloudy one or whatever, that tasted like it is made with proper apples, and it's just next level. I know you're talking a lot stronger, but why not get one of them bad boys on the perfect draft? Better than this, if you ask me. But anyway, that's my opinions. As I say, most people in general have enjoyed this that have reviewed it, but you know, it's just not my cup of tea. I can only give it 7. Normally for me, if I think something's just really average, I give it a 7. I don't dislike it, but it's just okay, and I wanted an amazing cider, and I just don't think this is it. But thanks for watching, people. 7 out of 10 from me. Let me know if you'd like to see more ciders on the channel. I'm planning to do some good big videos soon. Hopefully they'll be good anyway. They could be a disaster, because I'm going to start doing some blindfolded stuff. So I'm not going to have a clue what's what. But you people have asked, so I'm going to give it to you. I've been to Asda today to get a few beers to do it. They cost more money to make because there's like quite a few beers in the video, but I'm doing less reviews and that and hoping to do better stuff, but not as often, if you like. Anyway, till next one, people. Bye bye, darlings. Bash.